All right, welcome to the part 34. Okay, so this is from first semester of Geometry Inductive App, which is Mrs. Whitaker by copy of IAG First Semester Review 2019. This is first semester review, inductive geometry, quadrilaterals, quadrilaterals, markings, and constructions. Answer each of the following as always true, sometimes true, or never true. A square is a rectangle. What do you think it is? What do you think? Always true, sometimes true, never true. A square is a rhombus. A quadrilateral has four sides. A parallelogram is a rectangle. A trapezoid has two pairs in parallel sides. A rhombus has four congruent sides. A kite has two pairs of parallel sides. A rectangle has four right angles. Each quadrilateral below is marked incorrectly. Explain what is wrong with the markings and use the blank quadrilateral to mark it correctly. For example, it has been written by this one. Incorrect markings for the kite. Like this shows like that. The lines don't go there. The arrows don't really go there, but the correct markings for kite is actually this one. Explain the mistake at the left. Incorrect markings for the rhombus. This is incorrect. This is correct markings. Incorrect markings for a trapezoid. This all of them doesn't seem right to me. Correct markings for the trapezoid. This is correct. Mark each shape according to the directions. Rectangle, four right angles. Rhombus, four congruent sides. Parallelogram, two pairs of parallel sides. Kite, two pairs of consecutive congruent sides. Regular hexagon, all sides angles congruent. Equilateral triangle, all three sides congruent. Square, four right angles and four congruent sides. Trapezoid, one pair of parallel sides. Your face, a smile because you love math class. Name the shape constructed using daisy designs. What do you think it is? Do all the six, if you have time. What do you think that represents to? This is 5, this is 7, and this is 4. This is 10, 13, and a 12. This is 8, and from x, 7 to 4. This is a 0, this is a 8, 6 in here, and 9. A equals BH. A equals BH divided by 2. A equals 1.5 B1 plus B2 in parentheses and with H. B 2 cm to 2 cm in this and 4 cm. Circle 1. A equals BH. A equals BH divided by 2. A equals 1.5 B1 and B1 and plus B2 in parentheses by H. C. 15 to 17 and 9. A equals BH. A equals BH and 2. A equals 1.5 B1 and B1 and plus B2 in parentheses. H. This is there's a lot of M's and there's like 26, 22, 24, 50, and 30. A equals BH. A equals BH divided by 2. A equals 1.5 B1 plus B2 in parentheses with H. What is the area of the large square? This is 24 units squared. This is 5 units squared, and this is question mark units squared. blank units squared, I should say. This is x, and this is 6, and this is 10. Find them the same side length. Just find it yourself, yeah. What do you think? You guys are smart, right? Yeah. Somebody, yeah, my phone's reminding me that I'm in a different account, which is my old channel, pretty much. Calculate the perimeter, and area of the shapes below. Show how you calculated your solutions. 17 cm, 8 cm, and 23 cm. This is the area, and this is the perimeter. 13 cm and a 12 cm and 5 cm looking triangle. Except this triangle looks so different. What do you think it is? What kind of triangle is it? Two planes took off from the same airport going different directions, which is north, west, south, and east. The first plane traveled west and was 350 miles away after 1 hour. The second plane traveled north and was 400 miles away after 1 hour. Draw and labor a picture to represent the situation. How far apart are the planes after 1 hour? Show how you calculated your solution. 20. Classify each of the following angles as acute, obtuse, right, or straight. In each case, you must state how you know that the angle is classified in that way. You can see this, for example. Name the angle relationship, complementary, supplementary, linear pair, or vertical angles. What are those relationships? Find the measure of x for the following angle pairs. Match each figure below with a correct relationship. Alternate interior angles, corresponding angles, alternate exterior angles, and same side interior angles. Use the special angle relationships for parallel lines cut by a transversal to solve for the unknown. What are those for unknown? Parallelogram ABCD was translated to the parallelogram ABCD, except for A for savings, for B savings, or C savings, and D savings. How many units in which direction were the x coordinates of parallelogram ABCD moved? A is in that side, and D is in that side, and C is in the other side, and B is the other side. They look the same. Is it like 3 units to the right, 7 units to the right, 3 units to the left, 7 units to the left? My bad. Joanne and Christopher are designing the quilt. They start by creating a triangle shape in the lower left quadrant, as shown below. They transform it by rotating the triangle shown about 90% clockwise about the origin. What does the new design look like? Answer your comments down below. Yeah, comment down below. Why is it not letting me? Did I get it? Alright, let me know. Which of the following is a single reflection of figure N over the y-axis to form N? For example, this could be this one of these could be around. They look the same, but they look different, and they look. This looks like an L, and this looks like an upside down L. Pretend those are L's. Pretend those are the letter L that is described in this video. The geometry and L are sponsored by this video, so this week is the letter L. The lollipop. Let's just think about the letter L constituting each other. What do you think it is? Figure EFGH in a coordinate plane has vertices at -5 and 2. negative 5 and negative 2, negative 1 and negative 2, and negative 1 and 2, which for example that shows that if a figure is translated 5 units to the right and it's explained by this picture, and it's 2 units up, what are the coordinates of the E, F, G, and H? Is it 0, 4, 0, 0, 4, and 0, and 4, and 4? What do you think it is? Well, B for negative 3 and 7, negative 3 and 3, 1 and 3, and 1 and 7. Just letting you know that my appointment is at 3 o'clock, so I have about like 55 minutes to get it done. My mom, 46 is kind of far away, to be honest. So, okay, so did I do C already? Negative 10, 0, negative 10 and 4, negative 6 and 4, negative 4, negative 4, negative 6 and 0, negative 7, and negative 3, negative 7 and negative 7, negative 3 and negative 7, negative 3 and negative 3. What do you think it is, guys? Triangles. Find x. Set up an equation and solve for x and find the measure of angle C. Is it sorry. This up here is 3x, and this one is 2x plus 15, and this one is x plus 15. What's the equation? Can you find the measure of angle C? Which sets of numbers could be the side of a triangle? Circle any that work. 5, 8, and 10, 5, 10, and 15, 2, 4, and 8, 10, 12, 18, 10, 20, and 30, 20, 30, and 40, 20, 20, and 35, 20, 20, and 45. If two sides of a triangle are 6 and 8, what are the possible lengths of a third side? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, wait a second, 5 is not that, fudge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Which one of the above lengths could be the hypotenuse of a right triangle with the legs 6 and 8? And in triangle ABC, angle A is 45 degrees, and angle B is 70 degrees. List sides AB and BC and CA in order of their smallest and largest. Up on the top line, label each triangle as equilateral, isosceles. How do you say it, obviously?
Isosceles.
Isosceles, thank you. Equilateral, isosceles, or scalene. On the bottom line, label each triangle as acute right, or obtuse. Draw an example of an obtuse scalene triangle. How do you know it is scalene? How do you know if it's obtuse? Raise lines, segments, enable angles and midpoints. Connect three segments end to end to form a closed shape with two congruent sides and two congruent sides. Then draw a ray passing through the midpoint of a non-congruent side. Make your drawing to indicate all the congruent segments and angles. Identify two different types of triangles and two different types of quadrilaterals in the figure below. Identify each. Alright, let me know if I'm going too fast. Alright. Identify each figure by its type and its name. For example, acute triangle X, Y, and Z, and a parallelogram PQRS. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think it looks like? What do you think? What do you think it could fit? Find the midpoint of the segment below. Segment RS has endpoints to R 4, -1, and S 10 and 3. Find its midpoint. The point P is a midpoint of blank. I'll show you the answer key at my paper. Point M is a midpoint of X and Y. The coordinates of X are 3 and -5. And the midpoint M is at 4, -1. Find the coordinates of Y. How many midpoints does a segment have? Explain your reasoning. Name the angle marked in the picture below. True or false? The angle marked by 3 arches can be in less than P. Is it true or false? Fill in a blank for these choices. Line, ray, or segment. The dash part is a blank. The dash part is a blank. The dash part is a blank. Okay, so I'm gonna do some questions about the people somehow have questions about the isosceles. Isosceles. Some people have some questions about the isosceles. People have like excuse me. Yeah, people also has questions about the isosceles. What is the rule of an isosceles? What is the rule for an isosceles triangle? An altitude between the two equal legs of an isosceles triangle creates right angles, and is an angle in opposite side bisector. So divide it on same side in half. Then apply Pythagorean theorem. B equals square root of equal sides 2 squared, and in minus 1.5 non-equal side 2 squared. I'm gonna do like 11 questions. All right. What are isosceles and equilateral triangles? Sorry. An equilateral triangle has sides and angles that are all equal. An isosceles triangle has 2 sides and angles that are identical. An isosceles triangle, all the sides and angles are unique. They are completely unique, and they are completely sticking out together, like they could be on missions. That can remind you of something like that. Yeah, that can be exponent by that can be acceptable from all from trigonometry. Can actually your teacher probably taught you this. Yeah, probably learned this for geometry and trigonometry, or geometry honors, or something like that. What are 6 types of triangles? Acute triangle, all angles are less than 90%, not 90 degrees. All angles are less than 90 degrees. Right triangle contains a right angle 90 degrees. Obtuse triangle, an obtuse triangle is a triangle that has all obtuse angles. Isosceles triangle, a isosceles triangle is a triangle that has 3 unequal sides. Equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle. They didn't even put that into the description. That's okay. Do isosceles triangles add up to 180? An isosceles triangle is a type of a triangle that has 2 sides that are in the same length. The 2 angles opposite these 2 marked sides that are also the same. Both angles are 70 degrees. What am I saying? All 3 interior angles add to 180 degrees because it is a triangle. Yeah, they do add up for the 180 degrees. So just letting you know, guys, that your teacher probably taught you this. All right, 5. What are the sides of an isosceles triangle? An isosceles triangle therefore has both two equal sides and two equal angles. The name derives from Greek same, and skelos, like a triangle with all sides unequal is called an equilateral triangle. And triangles with no sides equal is called a Isosceles triangle. What two features make an isosceles triangle? An isosceles triangle is a triangle that with two congruent sides and congruent base angles. So to repair on that is actually when an isosceles triangle and quadrilateral triangle is actually the isosceles. What is it? Just ask me this one question, then I'll give you a shout out. What is the difference between the isosceles triangle and the quadrilateral triangle? Just give me your best effort. I'll give you like a few seconds. How do you identify as an isosceles triangle? Use a distance formula to calculate the side length of each side of the triangle. If any two sides have equal side lengths, then the triangle is isosceles. Alright, 7. What are 4 types of triangles? They are the number of different types of triangles. Like I told you about this, whatever 6 types of triangles. This is actually different, so such as equilateral triangles, right triangles, saline triangles, obtuse triangles, acute triangles, and isosceles triangles. Just like I told you the same. They look similar to the six types of triangles, so that can be the one too. Alright, 8. Do all isosceles triangles have right angles? No. An isosceles triangle does not always have the right angle. The only properties that a triangle must satisfy to be an isosceles triangle is that it doesn't really fit that much, to be honest, so yeah. Alright, 9. What is the sum of the isosceles triangle? The sum of three angles of an isosceles triangle is always 180 degrees. You should know that in geometry, which means we can find out the third angle of the triangle if the two angles of an isosceles triangle is actually known. Alright, 2 more questions, and that'll be it for now. Alright, people are asking about this for a long time, but how do you tell if it's an isosceles triangle? Alright, let me tell you. Identifying isosceles triangles. An isosceles triangle has two equal sides, or three technically. Two equal angles are three technically. The equal sides are called legs. And the third side is a base. The two angles touching the base, which are congruent and or equal. If you're like sitting each other, then you are adjacent. Are called base angles. Alright, one more question, then I'm ending this video, and this is all math problems. This is all reading assignments. This is a whole lot of the first semester of review of 2019. This is a lot of pages. Those are like 12 pages, which can be explained right there. Alright, many people have been asking this, but like, what is the unique about an isosceles triangle? Alright. In geometry, an isosceles triangle is a triangle that has two sides of equal length. The two angles are opposite. The legs are actually equal to each other, and L is acute. So the classification of the triangle is as acute, right, or obtuse depends only on the angle between its two legs. So, if you just make something equal, and if they are all as acute, then you can actually figure out what's the other problems of that kind of problem that you're trying to find out what is always unique about the isosceles triangle. You can actually find that in your notes somewhere. You can actually answer it, and I'll give you a shout out. yeah, just let me know if you have other questions about math. I am always here for you. Um, I know I can do anything for math, science, English, social studies. I can do everything. I'm a really smart man. I'll help you everything you need to get on through. So, um, how do you find the sum of an isosceles triangle? An isosceles triangle has two congruent sides and two congruent base angles. Many people don't know this, but using this in the triangle angle sum theorem is that it is possible to find the value of x when the values of the angles are given by expressions of the x. By the triangle angle sum theorem, sum of the measures of the angles in the triangle is 180. Okay, so that's enough questions. Okay, so if you guys have any questions about the isosceles triangles or quadrilateral triangles, just let me know in the comments and I'll answer for you. And okay, so just remember that the point is the midpoint of xy. So this graph, for example, looks like that. Um, you can find the midpoint that it's somewhere around the x and y. Yeah, the coordinates are actually the x of 3 to -5, and the midpoint is m at 4 and -1. Find the coordinates of the y. So try to find that. Just try your best and try to find them in this graph that is shown right here. So I'll show you the answer key on my paper. Maybe later on I'll show you at my camera so you guys know that what I'm talking about, the opposite direction. So yeah, I did that test paper just in general, obviously in person until back in 2020 that COVID started to happen going on. So I did not like it at all. Yeah, COVID was the worst experience that everyone has. People are getting sick and people are dying. That is a loss to look, man. Oh, I have to get going, by the way, because I have a feeling I might be late. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know, and I'll be available when I get back to my appointment. So yeah, see you guys on a part 35.